We're still formulating our idea, but currently what we want to be able to do is go into your Google Calendar, pull up all your events, and do Android toast on them. So if you're watching television and you are about to miss a meeting, it'll come up and alert you. Also, we want to be able to hook into other like exercises and stuff, so you can say, you know, in an hour I'm going to get up and I'm going to do, 20 push-ups or whatever. So we're going to hold you accountable to that. So it's, as you watch TV, you're going to get all sorts of reminders about your day and what you need to get done. That way, while you're watching it, you don't have to worry about, am I missing anything? So it's along those lines, but we're still fleshing out the ideas. And we're outside in that little corridor area. So Team 4, just integrating television into your daily life. We're Team Code Blue, and we actually are working on a lot of new concepts. And one of the things that we noticed in the past is that we were telling people a long time ago, your phone, you won't use your phone anymore to make phone calls. It's going to run artificial intelligence, and it's going to have be spatial aware. And people were like laughing at us, but if you look at today, what you have is you're doing docs, you're doing photography on your phone, you're doing all this stuff on your phone. There's Siri with artificial intelligence and geofencing, so your phone knows where it is. So when you're driving to the store, it's like, oh, you're right next to the store, go pick up some milk. Now, we believe that as the mobile phone is the center of your mobile life, the television is going to be the center of your home life. And you start wondering, why do we believe that? Because it's a high-resolution screen that has multiple processors, communication channels, and sensors. That way, the Samsung 487 RFID refrigerator can talk to your television, tell it the ingredients in it. It can do a search on what to eat, go to YouTube and show you the video of what to cook for that night. And because of the evolution of television, we believe that in the future, you're going to hardly use your TV to watch shows. It's going to evolve, just like the cell phone did, into a whole new animal. And so we believe it's going to be the security system, environmental controls, communication, monitoring, and at the very end, it's going to be the entertainment center. So one of the projects we wanted to talk about today does not have that much video in it, because we actually believe the TV is going to evolve past that. So if you're watching TV, you notice you log into a television. For the first time, the television is aware of who you are. So when you run our application, the application starts up, and the first thing you notice is it knows who I am, and it knows I have upcoming events. So I should have showed you the notification, but there was no notifications. Now we have a notification. And if we look at the notification, it tells us where it is and the time. And if we click on it, the TV actually shows us a map, shows us the traffic, tells us how to get there, and we only have 30 seconds, right? So what we're going to actually do is we're going to ask the AI system for a little help here. And he's going, okay, I have been managing you for long enough. Did I know that what you need, actually more than anything, is time management skills? So he's going to bring up a video on how to manage your time better. Because what we're fundamentally trying to do is we're trying to change the conversation. We did AR in cars, and people were going, well, what is the driver going to, how's the driver going to see the road? And what we're saying is, in the future, you're not going to be driving a car. In the future, you're not going to use your television to watch things. It's going to be the central hub. You're going to walk outside to inside, and your mobile phone information is going to go to your TV, and that's going to control your house.
So I think, I guess certainly the concept is cool. I think, home automation will certainly, be a big category within the next 10, 15 years. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs that are focused on this space and trying to get all your devices to be controlled. I guess the one thing that I would question is your assertion that the TV really will own all this stuff. I was actually talking with a guy at Flickster about this, and he kind of compared it to a speaker in the sense that, you can have something all the way out at the end of like a smartphone where it has apps and you can kind of control your life from it, and then you can have a speaker where you just push sound to it. And his assertion is that the TV kind of falls somewhere in between the two.
Can I address that?
Sure.
So in the year 2000, we were telling people, look, your phone is going to have so many sensors, and it's going to have the ability to do AI and all this. What we see with the television is that it has a high-resolution monitor, right? It's got a lot of processing power. My television right now has more processing power than my server. And if we watch the trajectory go forward, there is nothing else in the home that has the resolution of the screen, has the communication channels, has the hard disk drive and the memory as the TV. You talk to Sony, you talk to Google, you talk to all these people building TVs. There's that intelligence is not going into the refrigerator. It's not going into the car. It's all being funneled into the television. We're making a bet. We don't know the future, but from talking to Sony, Samsung, Google, and all these people, we see them driving really hard on the television.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the television becoming the center hub, because it seems like the argument you're making is that there's going to be a center hub. What if it just becomes completely distributed, where the television is one of many screens that you expect to have intelligence rather than the central place?
Right. So if you look at the what consumers are building, they're not building really high-resolution input-output devices on anything else but the TV. So if you have a central repository where you want to go to interact with your home, the television with the high-resolution monitor and all the communication channels is the perfect place. And the UI, when you look at the kind of UIs that they're putting on TVs these days, is really intuitive. But when you're trying to work with your microwave, or you're working with your refrigerator, or you're working with your air conditioning system, it's always like a little UI, and it's kind of constrained, where the television is Wi-Fi, it has a lot of communication channels, and it's much easier to interact with it.
Right, and so does your iPad, which has more resolution than 1080p these days, right? So it's a little unclear to me why the TV would become the hub.
Sorry to cut in. We're at 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Judges, would you like to extend?
Yeah, just...
Okay.
You want to finish that?
If I could just address that. What we're noticing is on the iPad, it's actually controlling the TV, and the iPad is being used as a vehicle to control other things. Those other things need to have processing power, disk space, and we truly believe it's going to go somewhere, and the only logical place we see it going is to the television. And when we work with Palo Alto Medical Foundation, we find that a lot of seniors are spending a lot of time in front of the television. We're seeing that it's not just an input channel, it's an output-input channel. And the interaction, when you go home, most of the time you're interacting with the television. And that is a perfect focal point for someone to go to and find where their cell phone is, find where the weather is, plan their trips. But also, it's going to be the central hub that talks to your car, that's going to talk to your refrigerator, that's going to talk to your...
All right, I think they got it. I'll just say one last thing, which is probably in your defense. I think you're talking about a vision of where this goes. You're thinking mobile. You're distinguishing to all of us as, let's say, we're all normal consumers. You're distinguishing mobile and TV. There's something else that's going to be happening here as this progresses over the years. The definition of a TV. There's going to be displays all over your fucking house, okay? And they're going to be in walls or whatever. They're going to be everywhere. Now, you could say those are quote-unquote TVs, but I think you probably kind of have that in your head. It's not just one thing that's sitting in the family room, but everywhere else. But you got to make it clear so people understand that, okay? Because there's going to be these displays all over the place, right?
Right.
Okay.